You ever gone to a C&P exam and the first thing you thought when you got back was, man, I think that went pretty well. I'm looking forward to getting rated. And then you get your denial letter and you don't know why. There may be 5 specific things that you said that may have made this whole thing just a reason to get denied. Let's check those out. Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Steve. I'm the host of Veteran to Veteran. Listen, I've been denied from a C&P exam before. I've actually made one of these mistakes. I haven't made more than one, but I've made one of these mistakes when I went into a C&P exam once, and I know that was the reason for my denial, because the next time I went in, I didn't say these things, and I got put right through. So I'm here to help you out and help you understand those 5 simple things that you can say that will get you denied. I have zero doubt in my mind because it happened to me, right? So before we get started in those, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you can, watch the video all the way through. It really helps me, for lack of a better term, manipulate the algorithm at YouTube so that this message gets out to more and more veterans so that I can help veterans other than just me and you to actually get to know these things so that they can have a better outcome as well. All right, so let's jump into it. The very first thing that you can say when you get to a C&P exam is going to set the tone for how that exam goes. And what I mean is, I have walked in, there was this office building, and my examiner was on the 2nd floor, and I walked in, got in the elevator, got upstairs, opened the door, went inside, and the front desk lady said, "Hi, how can I help you?" And I said, "Well, I'm here for a C&P exam. What's your name?" "Becker," right? And asked me my last 4, my social or whatever they asked me for. Asked me for my ID. And when I went to go sit down, she said, "I hope you're having a good day." And I said, "Well, I'm doing all right today." Before I even got to the C&P examiner's office, I was done. I didn't realize it at the time. But then the examiner comes out, and the examiner says, "Mr. Becker?" "Yep." And then we start walking back, and this examiner said, "How are you today?" And I said, "I'm fine," or "I'm good, I'm okay." And right then and there, I lost it. I lost everything. Because if you're fine, if you're good, remember the first thing and the only thing they hear is good. That means you're not hurt. Okay? I'm not fine. I'm not good. You don't have to say, "I'm horrible, life sucks," because that's probably not the truth, right? Maybe it is. And if it is, by all means, please get help. Get help from others around you. Get help from the VA. If you despise the VA for mental health care, get on to BetterHelp and see if you can find something there. That'd be great. But here's the deal, is that when you walk into the C&P exam, it's like you have to, I don't like using the term have to have your worst day ever. You have to describe the intensity of the symptoms, right? Because the symptoms never go away. With my PTSD, the symptoms don't go away. They're there 24/7. Sometimes they're insanely intense, sometimes they're not, but they're always there. So if I walk in and I say, that they say, "Hey, how are you today?" I can honestly go to them and say, "You know what? I have good days and I have bad days. I'm just happy to have made it here today." I'm not being dishonest. That's just the truth, right? It's not "I'm fine" or "I'm good." If you're fine or good, there's nothing wrong with you. Get out. You're done. You cooked yourself. Don't do that, right? So, all right. So the second thing is, how does your disability impact your life? Well, I don't know. I don't know means it doesn't impact your life. Or Does that impact your ability to go work out? No, I work around that. No, I go do this. No, I do this instead. You're saying this does not impact my life. You can't expect to have a VA disability rating granted to you if your symptoms and your diagnosis and your condition does not affect your life. Because it's not about saying, hey, I have PTSD, you owe me money. It's, hey, I have PTSD and this is how it affects my life. That's why I deserve some compensation for this thing, this symptom, this diagnosis that either was exaggerated by service or caused by service or caused by another condition that was caused by service. So it doesn't impact my work life. It doesn't impact my social life. That doesn't work. Listen, there are places that I avoid. There are activities that I avoid. I avoid them so much that I will take 5 times the amount of time to go do something my way so that I don't have to face my PTSD. It affects my life, right? So, you have to really take a look at this. Has this ever affected you at work? Mine has affected me at work. Mine has made me leave work during the middle of the day and say, I can't do any more today. I gotta go. So, you have to be honest about how it affects your life. How it affects you at that moment when you're at the doctor's office is not, I don't care what anybody tells you, is not what you're supposed to answer. You're supposed to answer, how does it affect your daily life? And if you want to talk about that, talk about the last 6 months. How has it affected your daily life? How has it affected your daily life over the last month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? That is what you're trying to convey, okay? The next one. For pain claims and for range of motion claims, I'm going to be just completely fair with you right now, okay? Let's just be open and on the table. If you don't have pain and you don't have limited range of motion, don't put the claim in because it's not real, okay? If you have a shoulder issue, right? And you can only lift your shoulder this far before it's painful. That's where you stop. You have that pain, right? Not, oh, I got pain, but I'm going to power through it. No, you don't do that. So when you're asked, does your shoulder cause you any pain? Well, it's all right now. No, you just lost, period. End of story, you lost. Don't do that, okay? Quite honestly, painful motion for orthopedics is what it's about. I'm telling you, be honest about what's going on. For me, I don't have that shoulder condition. Look, I can lift mine up and down. I was using it as an example. But I have other conditions that I cannot do that, right? And so when it's painful, you stop. I see this a lot with back pain. They'll say, lean over and touch your toes. Go lean, put your hands down, see if you can touch your toes. And most of us being, well-mannered, good, well-groomed, trained, whatever, veterans, we're going to say, yeah, no problem. And we're going to stretch and it's going to be painful and we're going to find a way to touch the floor even though it hurts. You just lost your claim. I can't tell you this enough, but if you say you don't have any pain or you don't have any range of motion issues, you're losing right there, okay? Talk about when it happens. Talk about how severe it is. Listen, right now I can lift my shoulder to here, but there's times when I can't even lift it halfway to that point. And there's other times where I can get there, but it's the most painful thing I've ever done. Honestly, you have to articulate what your life is like most of the time, okay? The next one, number 4. This is my favorite one. My absolute favorite one, and I think a lot of people do this hoping they're going to get a diagnosis from the C&P examiner, and I think that you are doing things the wrong way. You need to go get your diagnosis before you get your C&P exam. So let me ask you, Mr. Becker, when's the last time you saw a doctor for your back? Oh, I've never gone to a doctor for my back. I just pop Motrin and go about my business. That That's an instant disqualification. If you've never seen a doctor for it, you don't have a problem. I'm just going to be fair with you. Listen, if you have chronic migraines and you've never seen a doctor about it, you don't have chronic migraines, you have a headache. Because chronic migraines will ruin your life for days, for hours, for weeks. It'll make you mad. It'll drive you crazy. It'll cause anxiety and depression. It's a nightmare, okay? But if you've never seen a doctor for it, what does the examiner have to go off of? Do you have a diagnosis for this? Nope. That doesn't help. Go get your diagnosis before you go to your C&P exam. Then the fifth one is my favorite. And I'm just telling you once more, my position is to tell the truth about your disabilities. Always tell the truth. If you're only going to be rated 10%, then that's what you're going to be rated. Don't try and fraudulent, claim the system, because you will get caught. There have been plenty of those instances. Go look up fraud at VA. Go look up fraud and VA disability. You'll see a lot of stories recently where they're going after people for this, right? And I'm talking about they're going after people who have said they can't walk, they can't do this, they can't do that, and they're catching them outside skipping and running and playing with their kids and doing it. If you lied, you flat out lied. Don't exaggerate, don't falsify your statements. That's number 5. Do not do that. Be honest, be consistent, take the rating that you get. If you look at the 38 CFR afterward and say, I should have been higher, and here's why, put in a supplemental claim, go get another C&P exam, and make it count for you. All right, so listen, that's the 5, the big 5. I'm fine is not good. I'm good is not good. It doesn't affect my work or social life, not good. I don't have any pain. I don't have a problem with range of motion, not good. I've never seen a doctor before, not good. And last, oh my gosh, it hurts when I blink. That's not good. You're exaggerating. If you're not exaggerating, which there may be somebody out there, go get your eyes examined. Go get a doctor's diagnosis and get back. Get your claim in, okay? It hurts when I breathe. It hurts when I breathe. I have asthma. So, that's the honest truth. Anyways, thank you for sticking around. I greatly appreciate it. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll get the word out to every other veteran out there that we can reach. So I thank you very much. Take care. We'll see you next time.